Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Patrick. I think you and Ashley both did a great job. Let's give them a hand. They were terrific. Thank you. Madam President Newman, that has a nice ring to it. I've about decided women should run everything. George and I can spend more time playing golf. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be here with Governor Lynch. And I echo what President Bush said. We're grateful for the good work you're doing. Representative Carol Shea Porter is here. Two former governors, Jeanne Shaheen and John Sununu. Your Senate leader, Sylvia Larson, and Speaker Terry Norelli, thank you for being here. And the governor's counselors, the members of the trustees, the faculty, the students, the families. I want to say a special word of appreciation to the people who provided our music. Reginald Wilburn, if I had a voice like yours, I would have gone at a different line of work. You were and I thought the Wind Symphony was wonderful, playing Crown Imperial as we came in. Pomp and Circumstance, I also would like to thank your Board of Trustees Chair, Andy Leitz, for what he said, and all those who serve. And Jeffrey Salloway, I just loved what you said, and so I want you to be careful walking across the street after this is over, because you're a treasure. Nancy Kenner walked us in, and I know she's a member of the faculty, but she reminds me of a sergeant major in the Army, carrying that big old mace or whatever it is, whipping us into shape. I thank you. And Father Christ, thank you for your wonderful prayer in the true spirit of Thomas More. Finally, I want to say to the class of 2007, you need a sense of humor. My great curse in life for winning the '92 election is that God has ordained that I spend the rest of it being George Bush's straight man. He stands up here and cracks all these jokes, and I have to come up and bring up the rear. But I will say this class, I give a fair number of commencement speeches, and you win the prize for creative mortarboards. And I especially like the pink helmet brigade over here. That's very impressive. President Bush pointed out that as you celebrate the end of your academic journey and the beginning of the rest of your life, whatever you decide to do, you have to decide what it means to be a citizen. This is one of the most exciting yet challenging times in all of human history. It is literally exploding with opportunity. Just in the last few weeks, as a result of the sequencing in the human genome, we've found the main genetic markers for diabetes, giving us hope that we might turn around what threatens to be the next great epidemic. It's estimated that 1 in 3 children born after 2000 may be diabetic in the United States. And just a couple of weeks ago, we found that there is a planet going around a star that's one of the 100 closest to our solar system, which may have atmospheric conditions which make life possible. Unfortunately, it's 20 million light years away, and nobody can get there in a human life, so unless a family is prepared to devote 3 or 4 generations to a space trip, we'll have to wait for them to come to us. This is a culturally diverse and creative time. This whole class is much more diverse than it would have been 30 years ago. And yet, this time is also marred by inequality, insecurity, and because of climate change and resource depletion, unsustainability. And much of our common life, as President Bush pointed out, has been shaped by religious, political, and even psychological fundamentalism that requires people to dehumanize those who disagree with them and ignores evidence whenever it is inconsistent with their ideology. That is the total antithesis of what you have learned here. I believe that you are going to be given a great opportunity to change this world of division and divisiveness, because it's also a world full of decency and hope. And it's a world in which private citizens have more power to change the world for the better than ever before. For all kinds of reasons, you can move from this unstable interdependence to whole communities where people share opportunities and responsibilities and have a genuine sense of belonging. There are all kinds of ways to serve. I want to say a special word of thanks to your graduates who are here in uniform today, who will soon be in our armed forces. I thank you for your service. But the United States alone has 355,000 different religious congregations representing every religious faith on earth, all of them involved in some kind of community service. There are 1,010,000 non-governmental charitable organizations, all of them involved in some way in community service. When the President asked his father and me to help raise money for the South Asian tsunami, the American people gave over $1 billion, and 30% of the households in this country gave, half of them over the internet. The median contribution was less than $60. That is an astonishing fact.